Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen and welcome to the Recipe Therapist. So today, in honor of my mother, I am going to share with you one of her all-time favorite desserts, coconut cake. This recipe, every time I make it, I think of my mom. And you know, I guess we all have recipes like that just remind us of our loved ones. This one happens to be one for me. My mom loved this cake and I am so happy to share it with all of you. So let's get started. So let's take a look and see what goes into my mom's favorite cake. We're gonna start out with 2 round 9-inch cake pans that I buttered first, then I sprayed with some coconut oil spray and dusted with some flour because I really don't want it to stick, so I did extra, greasing just to secure that. We have some all-purpose flour, some sugar, and of course some sweetened coconut, some salt, baking powder, baking soda, vanilla extract, and believe it or not, some almond extract, which really is a nice flavor to this cake. We're gonna be using 3 sticks of salted room temperature butter and 5 room temperature eggs. Now to serve our cake, look at this. I picked up this beautiful white cake stand and I have a pink dish here left over from Easter. And on the top of our cake, I picked up some silk flowers that are gonna go right on top and make this cake look extra beautiful. Okay, so today I'm gonna be using my KitchenAid mixer and I put the paddle attachment on for this recipe. We're gonna start out creaming our sugar and our butter. So I'm going to put all 3 sticks right into the bowl like that. And I'm going to add my sugar, okay, right on top. And I'm going to mix it for about 3 to 5 minutes on a medium-high speed. Okay, so this is what the creamed butter and sugar should look like. Do you see how nice and light and fluffy this is? This is what we want. This looks perfect. So now at this point, what I've done is I've taken the 5 eggs and I put them in this bowl. We're gonna add 1 egg in at a time and we're gonna mix it on a medium speed for about 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm gonna take my spoon here. I'm gonna get 1 egg in, just like that. And I'm going to mix this, like I said, on a medium speed until it's all well combined. All right, so I finished adding all the eggs and I just want to show you that the mixture looks like it's kind of like curdled, but don't worry, that's normal. And now at this point, we're going to add our extract. So we're going to add our almond extract, okay, and our vanilla. And oh my gosh, this smells so good. These 2 extracts in this recipe really make it over the top. And I'm going to mix this on a medium-high speed for about a minute, and I want to make sure that I really incorporate these extracts, okay? All right, so I'm done mixing all of the extract in there, and you can see that the batter still looks curdled, but don't worry, that's still normal. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to the island and we're gonna start mixing our dry ingredients together. So I'm gonna start out with my flour. What I have to do is I have to sift it into this bowl. So I'm gonna try to get it all in here as best as I can. I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm going to sift it like this, okay, until I'm done with the whole thing. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna add the rest of our dry ingredients. So this is what it looks like. I just sifted all my flour, and now I'm gonna add my salt, my baking powder, and my baking soda. And I'm gonna take my wooden spoon. I'm just going to mix this till it's all incorporated. And then I'm gonna meet you back at the mixer and we're going to add this with our secret ingredient. And it's gonna be so good. Okay, so before we assemble the rest of our cake, I just wanna show you what my secret ingredient is. It's such a secret that I forgot to mention it before. But here it is, it's buttermilk, okay? So this recipe is going to call for 1 cup of buttermilk, and this is what's really gonna give us that moist coconut cake. So what we have to do is we have to take our dry ingredients with our creamed butter mixture and our buttermilk, and we have to alternate it into 3 parts. So we're gonna add 1/3, okay, of our dry mixture. Cameraman's gonna get in just a minute. Okay, and 1 part of our buttermilk and mix after each one on medium speed for about a minute till it's incorporated, okay? Lock that, and then we're gonna go. Actually, like that. That's a medium speed, and that's looking good. I'm just about done mixing this, and what I had to do was I had to scrape down the sides again because the flour was riding up. So now I'm ready for round 2. So I'm gonna add another third in, okay, with my buttermilk. Okay, and we're gonna just come back, and I'm, like I said before, I'm going to have to put it on medium speed, and I'm gonna have to scrape down the sides again. And I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this, and then I'm gonna come back and show you what it looks like. So this is what the batter looks like. Isn't it great? It's nice and fluffy. This is perfect. This is exactly what we want. So the last ingredient for our cake batter is our sweetened coconut. So I'm just going to sprinkle it in with my hands because I don't want any lumps in there. Okay, and this we have to fold in. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this in till it's nice and incorporated, and then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna put it into these cake pans and we're gonna get ready to bake it. So I already poured one of the cake pans with batter, and now I'm gonna pour the second one. So look at it, it's so light and fluffy looking. It looks perfect. And I'm gonna get this all out. I've already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. And these cakes, depending on your oven, they're gonna cook for about 45 to 55 minutes and until they're golden brown on top, and you take a toothpick and they come out clean. And then they have to cool for about 30 minutes before we make our vanilla buttercream frosting to go on top. And they're gonna be outrageous. So let me show you what I put into my vanilla buttercream frosting that's gonna go on this coconut cake. We're gonna start out with powdered sugar, some vanilla extract, a pinch of salt, a pinch of cinnamon, some heavy cream, and my secret ingredient is fresh lemon juice. It's really, really awesome in this recipe. Elevates the flavor tremendously. We're also gonna be using 2 sticks of room temperature salted butter, and we're gonna top our frosting off with some more sweetened coconut. Okay, so we're back at our mixer, and I put my paddle attachment on again. We're gonna start out with the 2 sticks of salted room temperature butter. So they're gonna go right in, okay? And I'm going to add my powdered sugar. I'm gonna get on this side, cameraman. Okay, to the bowl. Now, I'm gonna get that all in, okay? And I'm gonna start it off on the lowest speed for about 1 minute, and then I'm going to increase it because I don't want it to poof up all on me. And then I'm going to increase the speed, and this is going to incorporate for about 3 minutes at a medium speed. And we're going to come back and we're going to put the rest of our mini ingredients in. So it's been about 2.5 minutes, and you can see how the butter and the powdered sugar has come together, see? So I'm just going to take my spatula, plop that down, and basically what we're gonna do is just add the rest of our ingredients except for our heavy cream we're gonna add last. So I'm gonna go with my vanilla first, my salt, my lemon juice, which I absolutely love in this recipe, a pinch of cinnamon, okay? And I'm going to turn this on medium for about a minute, and then we're gonna add our heavy cream last. Okay, so let's take a look at our frosting. All right, look at that, nice and fluffy. This is looking perfect. That's the consistency that we want. So now I'm going to add my heavy cream, and then I'm just gonna mix this for less than a minute, and we're gonna come back and I'm going to taste it to see if it just needs a little bit more cinnamon or perhaps a little bit more lemon. It's really according to your taste, but I'm gonna taste it for you and let me know what I think it needs. All right, so I'm done with my frosting, and look at it. You See the consistency of this frosting? It's so perfect. It's nice and creamy after we added our heavy cream. I did take the liberties of taking a taste, and I felt like it needed just a little bit more cinnamon and some lemon juice, and it's absolutely perfect for our coconut cake. So my coconut cake's been cooking for about 45 minutes, and now I'm gonna take a look and see. All right, look at that. This is perfect. These cakes, they're not shaky or jiggly, and I have my toothpick ready right here. I'm gonna stick it in and take it out. See, it's nice and clean. This is exactly what we want. So I'm gonna take this out, and it's gonna have to cool for about 30 to 40 minutes before we can frost it, and it's gonna be so delicious. So my cakes have been cooling off for about 40 minutes. I put them on a cooling rack like this. I wound up putting them in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes, and they're nice and room temperature. They're not hot, so my frosting will not melt on them. So I put my frosting in the bowl with my coconut. I have my serving platter ready. I'm gonna move my flowers, and I'm going to take, probably gonna take this one, and I'm gonna put this one down first, just like that. And I'm gonna begin to take the frosting, and I'm going to just spread it nice all along the top, okay? And then I'm gonna show you how I do the sides. We just have to cover the whole thing. It's real delicate. So I'm actually going to do these sides when I put the other top on. So I'm just gonna cover this whole thing, then we're gonna come back and I'm gonna work my way around to the sides. So I put the second cake on top, and now I'm going to do the same thing like I did before. I'm just going to start putting the icing on the top of the cake, and then I'm gonna come back and show you how we do the sides. This is what the cake looks like from all angles. I decorated the sides with the icing, and I left just a small portion here to show you. I have about that much frosting left over, which is perfect. And I just take my rubber spatula and I try to go to the bottom as best as I can, because we want the coconut to stick to, you know, this cake. So this is how, you know, you just kind of have to work the sides very gently. And I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how I put the coconut on. That's the finishing touch. So here's our frosted cake. It looks just beautiful. What I've done is I've taken some wax paper and I put it underneath my cake pedestal, because now we're ready to take our coconut and start working it on this cake. So basically, you know, this is how I do it. I just kind of put my hand here. If it falls over the sides, it's fine, because what I'm going to do is just, you know, take it all off or press it into the sides of the cake. It really, it looks good either way. So we want to use all this coconut to cover this cake. And then we're going to come back and we're going to put our beautiful pearlized flour on top. And this cake is just going to be gorgeous. So the coconut's like messy all around the edge of the cake. It's all on my wax paper. So this is what I do to clean it up. I just take my finger and I go all around the sides, let it fall onto the wax paper. And that's how you neaten it up. And if you have to press some more into the, you know, the bottom, and then well, you're gonna see it's gonna come together really, really beautifully. Okay friends, so here it is, the coconut cake. Isn't it beautiful? We garnished it with a nice flower on top with some greens. The coconut is all around it. It's on our beautiful cake plate. I really hope you try this recipe for Mother's Day. I'm going to leave the recipe in the description box. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell for notifications. Happy Mother's Day. God bless you. And we'll see you next time.